Hi everybody, I'm Sailor Solitaire. Welcome to my channel. I am super excited to welcome you to your July 2017 tarot reading. I am delighted and excited to have you here. For my regular subscribers, my regular viewers, thank you so much. I love hearing from you. I love your comments. I love the interaction that we're having. I think we're becoming friends. For those of you who have not subscribed, please do so before you go if you like my reading. Let's get right to it. Alright, Aquarians, let us get to your reading. Of course, I hope you guys are all doing well. And I just have to say, if you haven't checked out my video about a new orphaned kitty that my boyfriend and I found, please go and watch that. We have a little Russian blue, I think. We originally thought he was a tabby cat, but we have a little Russian blue and we named him Olive, so go and check that video out. I will link it in the description box and you can click it at the very end of this video as well, if you guys are kitten lovers, you know. Alright, so let's get started, Aquarians. The first card that we have for you, which is a general indication of the overall energies for you this July, we have the Hierophant in the reverse position. Okay, so some of you Aquarians need to be thinking outside the box. You guys need to be doing things your own way. And I feel like you Aquarians are the rebels of the zodiac. You guys are definitely like, in one way or another, in one aspect of your life, you guys are always kind of on the cutting edge of something, whatever it is. You may not be, you know, typically like rebellious, like always, you know, anti-establishment, anti-everything, but I do feel like you guys definitely have a very independent mind. You guys are so individualistic, and you guys really don't care about what the popular consensus is, you know, is what the popular consensus is. You guys are very devoted to your own thinking, your own framework, your own values and opinions. And so I feel like this is going to kind of be a theme for you guys. I feel like this is going to kind of be evident and apparent for this month. So maybe, you know, this could indicate to me some disagreement or some headbutting, some clashing of opinions between you and maybe somebody at work, or maybe somebody in a social setting, extracurricular, or, you know, community type of group situation where, you know, you're either going to challenge the way that something has always been done, or somebody is going to, you know, suggest something that you think is totally whack, totally, you know, not the way to go. And, you know, there may be some potential arguments there, but I do feel like, you know, your kind of rebel side is going to be acting out, or, you know, acting up a little bit, and you are not going to stand for just being passive, sitting back and, you know, letting people do as they please. You're going to voice your opinion. You're really going to feel the need to make it heard and make what your opinion, you know, heard for everybody. And this could also be, you know, some sort of disillusionment that you're having with a certain person or with an organization. So for some of you, you know, you were really gung-ho about something, possibly a relationship, and then now you're sort of kind of taking a step back, and once you get to know this person a little bit more, you're realizing like, okay, they're not everything that they portrayed themselves to be. I am not really feeling this anymore, and you're gonna kind of want to slowly, you know, back away and dismiss yourself from the situation, which is okay. I feel like this is a time for you guys to, you know, not play any games, not put up with anything that you're not comfortable with, and to just go with your gut, go with what your intuition is telling you, and be true to yourself. Because with this Hierophant card, definitely there's a sense of, you know, higher purpose, higher truth, and instead of, you know, just listening to what other people are doing the same old things, and, you know, going with the flow with what everyone else is doing. I feel like you guys are going to be swimming upstream a little bit, and you guys are doing your own thing. And I feel like that's going to give you the most, you know, energy, the most life, and passion, because you guys are really, I feel like you guys are really inspired by, you know, doing something for a cause, or just really being true to yourself, and I guess listening to your voice, your own inner voice, and just sticking with what you feel is right. You're going to be, you know, feeling really comfortable in your own shoes, which is really good. So, something for you guys to take note of, something that, you know, you should pay attention to, or something that you may be missing. We have the High Priestess. Okay, so 2 major arcana cards facing off, and they're both very, very, you know, spiritual cards, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. But of course, as you can see, they are kind of opposites, and they are kind of mirror images of each other. So, well, I mean, they're mirroring each other, as the Hierophant is reversed and the High Priestess is upright. To me, the High Priestess is about your own psychic ability. I do feel like everybody has their own psychic ability. You know, you're just listening to your intuition and listening to your inner voice. That is, you know, listening to your own higher self, and it is getting in touch with what your heart truly wants, with what's for the highest good of yourself and for everybody around you, or everybody in the world. And it's really just honing in those abilities. So I do feel like, again, you are going to have to go against the grain. You're not going to have to, but you are going to feel like you have to. You're really going to, you know, not put up with anything that you don't agree with. And I feel like that's really going to be contrasted. You, again, may be kind of distancing yourself from somebody, or from possibly a religious organization. That would be a really obvious one, but, you know, any sort of community, or you know, social group, you're going to be distancing yourself from that, and something, you know, more structured. You're going to be walking away from that, but you're going to be kind of doing your own thing, and being true to yourself. The High Priestess is really feminine energy, whether you're a male or female. And we do have the contrast. The Hierophant here is, you know, there's a male depicted here, and this is kind of, if you want to get into this this kind of side to it, then you could say, you know, the Hierophant is all about, you know, tradition and the patriarchy, and, you know, just really rigid structures and protocols that have been put in place, that have been long-standing in current modern society. And then you have this High Priestess, which is just a rebellious figure, just like you guys. You have butterflies all around her, symbolizing, you know, rebirth and spirituality and change, transformation. And we've got lots of symbols of infinity, you know. And while the Hierophant and really masculine energy, that is strong, and that is put in place, and that lasts, you know, a long time, the High Priestess is feminine energy, which is infinite, which is divine energy, which, you know, is true, which is timeless. And so I feel like that's something that you guys need to embrace again. You guys need to just really get in touch with your own inner god and goddesses energy, and you really just need to, you know, be more in touch with Mother Nature and with yourself, mostly yourself, with this High Priestess card. And very interesting how these 2 cards are squaring off a little bit. So I do feel like, you know, main message, you need to step away from, you know, convention if it's not feeling right for you, and you don't have to be afraid of doing your own thing and trusting in yourself to do what is best for you and for possibly, you know, your family. It's okay to take that lead, to be that leader figure. You don't have to rely on, you know, other people, possibly, you know, male figures, whether you're a male or female, and what has been done already in the past. It's okay to you know, do something completely different, and to experiment a little bit, to listen to your voice, and to be okay with doing something that is a bit risque, is a bit that might kind of attract some second looks from other people. So take that as you will. The next card for you is general advice. So let's see what we got. Aquariuses, we've got 5 of Cups, general advice. Okay, so this 5 of Cups is our first non-major arcana cards. We got some really heavy energies at play here. Really, heavy on your spirit. And then we have this 5 of Cups, which is a pretty heavy card as well. Of course, the Cups has to do with water, it has to do with your emotions, your subconscious. So definitely, especially with this High Priestess, there's a lot of inner stirrings. I feel like a lot of you may be in your head a lot, maybe thinking a lot, maybe feeling a lot, and definitely you guys there's a sense of independence and not really wanting to socialize as much, wanting to mingle with other people. You're kind of alone in your thoughts. And with this 5 of Cups, this is definitely a sense of, isolation, a sense of sadness. And in reverse, I do feel like this is saying, especially in the general advice position, that, it's time to let go of the hurt. It's time to let go of, what's comfortable to you. And so again, I feel like some of you are going back to, what's familiar to you, and you're not really wanting to make waves. You're not really wanting to disturb the peace. Or, for some of you, you're feeling a bit lazy to, challenge the powers that be, challenge the authority of the current, status quo. Although I do feel like this is a really, high, intense energy card that is kind of urging you to channel that inner power and to not be lazy, to be more passionate, and to do exactly what you want to do. So with this 5 of Cups, this is healing energy to me. This is, as general advice, this is telling you to, let go of all those negative feelings and lower frequency vibrations of, wanting to just sit and sulk and to accept your fate, I guess, your helplessness with this card. This is telling you to embrace your own power, to not be afraid of it, and to just really, be reborn, transform, transcend that pain, whatever pain that is, transcend that into something beautiful and productive, and, work on yourself. Don't ignore yourself. Don't focus on, pitying yourself, or focus on, your sympathy and what's going wrong. Really try to just forget all that and just decide, just wake up and say, I'm going to be happy, and see how that works out for you. All right, so let's see what your outcome card is, Aquarians. We have Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So I do feel like this is a bit of a warning card. So we've got, of course, 2 major arcana cards here. We've got feminine and masculine energy contrasting. And then on either side, we've got fire and water contrasting as well. And they're both reversed. So I feel like this card is telling you, on the emotional side to not be stuck in negative emotions and to be positive, and just to decide for yourself that you're going to be happy. It is as easy as that. This 5 of Cups is about dwelling on the past, dwelling on the hurt, on the pain. And I feel like you can turn it around and just decide to move on. And then with this Queen of Wands, this fire energy, this is kind of, the in the upright position, the card of optimism and being really just comfortable in your own skin, and really just feeling that passion, that desire to, just to live your life and not care what other people are saying or doing. And this is really just about a person, male or female, who just gets what they want because they're not really like stressing about it. They're not overly concerned about it. They just, they know what they want, and they have already, again, decided that that's what's going to happen. And so life just happens in that way. It's like that old saying, fortune favors the bold. I think that's what the saying is. And this is exactly what this card is about. And in the reverse position, I do feel like this is, the flip side of it. It's really just, to me, saying that, you guys aren't being bold enough. So maybe, you are kind of stuck in that negativity. And with this Queen of Wands, of course, this could be referring to an Aries. So maybe you have an Aries person in your life, male or female, who will kind of be possibly sabotaging. Although I do feel like this is just, they will kind of keep their distance. But, whether or not they like it or not, they will kind of, be having a negative effect on you. I do feel like for some of you Aquarians, this could be someone in that group. So in your church, or somebody in whatever social setting, maybe in class or at work. They are the person who you're going to oppose. And definitely if this is, a fire sign, there could be a lot of headbutting, a lot of clashing there, especially when, I feel like some of you are in the state where you're kind of low, you're in your feelings a little bit. That's not going to go very well with, this fire sign, especially if they're kind of operating on the lower end of the fire sign, where they're not this, just inviting, warm, and intuitive person. They're kind of all over the place. Their mind is scattered, and they're really, they don't really have it together. I do feel like this is contrasting that, where you don't have it together and there's low energy, and here you don't really have it together, but there's high energy. So I do feel like they're both equally as damaging. And if this is you, this is referring to your energy here, this Queen of Wands energy. This could be, the other extreme of this. So I do feel like you do need to, kind of humor your rebellious side, but don't let it get to the extreme where you're completely, putting everybody else down, and you're not really thinking clearly. You obviously still want to be, centered. This High Priestess is all about being, completely, aligned with yourself. And so you're going to be calm. You're not going to be acting rashly or irrationally, which this Queen of Wands could represent. So again, a lot of contrast here, a lot of duality. I feel like the main thing here for you guys would be to exhibit or to exercise moderation. Definitely. We've got a lot of contrast here. So, do what feels right for you. And I do feel like you need to hone in your intuition a little bit more. But of course, as with life, with everything, moderation. So I definitely feel like you guys need to be a little bit more bold, and to not be so, sad and melodramatic, not into your own feelings. But at the same time, you don't want to be overly zealous and make any rash decisions. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this reading and these messages were helpful for you, and that you found some value, some insight in this reading. If you're still unsure about what to expect this month, or if you're looking for some more guidance, then I recommend you watch your other readings from your other signs as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any sign that you identify with. And if you're not sure what your other signs are or how to find that out, then I did make a video on how you can find that out for yourself. So I will link it in the description box below, and I'll also provide a link to the video that you can click at the end of this video. So just wait till the very end, which should be coming up really soon. Thank you so much. Until then, I am wishing you so much love, peace, joy, strength, happiness, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you.